What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. After my upload on Saturday, I feel so much better about pursuing stuff on this channel and uploading again. So today I want to talk to you about something else that I think is very important: growth, which I feel like is a little misunderstood and sometimes misguided. Let's get into it. Okay, so growth. A lot of people, whenever they hear the word growth, they think about numbers, audience. But really, one of the things that I think of whenever it comes to growth is experience. Building the skills that you are using to gain that audience. And I guess if I want to talk to you about this, I really need to bring it back to the beginning of this channel. See, when I first started, I watched a bunch of YouTubers like Peter McKinnon, Matty Apoya, Casey Neistat, Daniel Schaefer, and those are people that I looked up to because I enjoyed the stuff that they were creating. So when I very first started, in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm just going to do what they do and everything is going to turn out perfect. If I can just figure out what cameras they're using, what setup they're using when it comes to lights, microphones, and I just hone in on what they do, everything's going to be fine. It is not that simple. And even if you do look up to these certain creators, that's fine. But you have to understand that what you are doing on this platform is something that you have to learn and hone in. It's a skill that you have to build over time. No one can tell you how to properly expose a shot or photo. You have to learn that. It comes in with hands-on experience, and experience is exactly what I mean by growth. But hey, look, it's okay to look up to these other creators on YouTube. Hey, YouTube is one of the best learning tools that I've ever used. If it wasn't for YouTube, I would have never known anything about aperture, ISO, properly exposing, shutter speeds, any of that stuff. I would have never known how to even begin if it wasn't for some of these creators that I've watched from the time that I started this channel. And that's fine. It's okay to try to mimic what they're doing. It's okay to try to figure out how they light their scenes, to figure out how to do that cinematic lighting. It's all okay. But what you need to do after you start to figure this stuff out is to figure out what you want to do as a creator that puts you in a completely different bracket, that separates you from the people that you look up to. And that's the key. That's really what makes YouTube so special. See, YouTube is something that anybody can do. Anybody can pick up their cell phone, buy an entry-level camera, whatever, buy a high-end camera, it doesn't matter. Anybody can just start filming and get better at it as they do it. I mean, I know that I'm no perfect filmmaker at all, but I couldn't create this image that you see right now when I first started. I mean, you've seen what the first video looked like that I did. It was terrible. My white balance was wrong. I was way too close to the camera. A couple months after I started this channel, I started to realize that my images and my videos were starting to get better. Not only was my videos getting better, but also my photography. I was starting to take everything to the next level. I started buying better gear, like better lights, better camera, better microphones, everything. I was starting to really hone in and understand the things that I needed to do what I wanted to do on this channel. This is what I've gotten to, and I still know that it's not perfect. I still know that there's a lot of room to grow, and that's the beauty about building and growing a skill, is that there's always something to learn. And if you remember that, you always remember that there's always something else that you can learn, you're going to progress way more than other people. Because the moment that you get to a point where you feel like you've reached your peak, it's gonna no longer be fun. It's gonna no longer be something that you're interested in, because who wants to keep doing the same thing over and over again with no growth, with nothing to learn from? That's the importance of stuff like this. Growing in a way that you keep learning, that you keep understanding that there's something else to learn. Like, I don't know anything about low shutter speed photography or bulb photography. I don't know too much about shooting slow motion. you know, for video, but it's something that I'm going to gradually get better at. I mean, I include slow motion in some of my video work and I know it's not perfect, but it is something that I will get better at because it's something that I will keep progressing and keep trying to grow as a skill. So yes, I understand that whenever people are on YouTube, growth can mean many different things. It can mean your audience. It can mean the attention that you get on a video. But the important thing about growth, more so than audience in the beginning at least, is growing your skill. And I understand what it's like to sit there and worry about the numbers going up and down on YouTube. Subscriber count going up, subscriber count going down, views going up, views disappearing. I understand the heartache that you get and the discouragement that you get whenever a video that you work so hard on doesn't get the views and the attention that you would like. I understand that. And I'm not saying that subscription and commenting and liking and all that stuff isn't important, because it is. It is important. I'm just saying that it's not the main thing that you should focus on whenever you're starting your YouTube channel. The main thing in growth that you should focus on is just getting better at the skill that you are showing your audience. Because just like one of my favorite creators who lives in North Carolina where I live, his name is Big E, just like he said, there are billions of people on this earth. If you can just attract a handful of them, you are accomplishing something. If there is any kind of an audience that wants to watch what you are doing, then you are accomplishing something. So yeah, just keep working on what you're doing. Don't get discouraged. Don't let the numbers control how you feel about uploading and creating, because this is art. Art is important. Creating is important. And if you worry about the little things like how many views you're getting, how many comments you're getting, how many likes you're getting, how many subscribers that you're getting in the beginning, more so than just worrying about making sure that you are making quality content, good images, good audio quality, then you are focusing on the wrong things. Yes, those things are important, especially if you want to turn YouTube or filmmaking into a career. And I understand that. I'm a freelance photographer and videographer. I do this for a living. I shoot music videos, I shoot commercials, I shoot portraits for businesses and family. You know, I understand. And YouTube is also a tool that you can use to get more client work. You really just need to practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better you will get. The better that you will get, the more views you will get, the more subscribers you will get, the more client work you will get. It all will follow. You just have to worry about one thing at a time. So, with that being said, I'm going to take my own advice, because this is one of the reasons why I was so discouraged, why I was so uninspired from like the week before Thanksgiving all the way until last Saturday. I didn't upload anything to this channel except for music videos that I shot for my band. And all that's going to change. You know, I went from not understanding how to use my camera at all. I mean, I started off with a Canon M50. One of the most entry-level cameras that you can possibly get. It's very user-friendly. It's a great starting camera. The camera that I currently use is still considered an entry-level camera. I use a Canon M6 Mark II, but I've gotten to where I understand how to use this camera way better, and it's progressed me to the point where I can once again create images like the one you are seeing right now. Just remember, practice is everything. You will get there as long as you stick with it. If what you were trying to do is important to you, you will get there. My name is Philip Gibson. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and I will see you in the next one.